Hi guys, it's Belle here and I am coming on for day 4 of the Shabby Creep Channel Hop Collaboration Challenge created by Release the Craftin. I will leave a link to both the introduction video on their YouTube as well as their blog where you can find both the calendar telling you which creators doing what day as well as the prompt list. So this is, as it says, a channel hop chat collaboration where several creators have been invited along, and we will be doing a piece of journal ephemera inspired by a prompt, and that will be in a kind of creepy shabby chic style. 2 words I never thought I would be saying. And today my prompt is old paper. Now, I really struggled with this. I'm not going to lie, guys. I do not do shabby chic. I don't like it as an aesthetic. I don't work with it. I've done a few pieces occasionally. I struggle so badly. It is not me. It is almost the opposite of me. But when I really looked into this, I started thinking about the elements. I'm telling you, I did weeks, guys, weeks of research, watching so many videos, looking at products, learning about techniques. And I boiled it down to things that for me say shabby chic. Some of those things are lace, flowers, pearls or beadwork, the shabby aesthetic, obviously, with kind of paints, gilding. These are nature. These are the kind of things that I saw. It's all very pretty. There's lots of roses and things. It's really not me. But when I then thought, well, how do I bellify this? How do I make this me? I started looking at the elements of what shabby chic is and started realizing they really reminded me of Victorian era, but the Victorian Gothic era. You know, the Victorians were very into spiritualism, table turning. There was lots of black lace for morning outfits. There was pearls, but there was also jet beads and the shabby nature wallpaper and plants. So we are going down a Victorian Gothic theme for my prompts this month, and I realized I'd kind of made something that gave me a shabby chic feel before. Shabby creep, not shabby chic. And it is my October daily for 2022. I will leave the link. There is a playlist, but there is a flip through. And yeah, this gave me shabby creep vibes. And it's very Victorian Gothic. And it definitely does give me shabby chic, shabby creep. Oh my gosh. So yeah, if you're interested, there is a full flip through of this. I mean, look at that. That is so shabby creep to me. Vibes and this. So that's what I'm going with. Suddenly it makes sense in my head and it's all come together. So I am inspired by this page that I did that so gives me shabby creep vibes. And so we're going to make something like this. But what we are going to make, and again, my prompt was old paper. What we're going to make is an envelope that can either be attached into the journal or be floating in a journal. This is 5 by 7, so it'll fit in a journal nicely. To give it the old paper feel, I wanted to do something different. I work a lot with vintage pieces. I work a lot with vintage paper, music paper, things like that. I didn't want to do that so much. There is going to be some vintage music paper. But I wanted to make this look old and grungy and almost mouldy, like it's been in the bottom of a box in an attic. So I use Distress inks on here. I use Distress Oxide Vintage Photo. I use Distress Oxide Black Soot. And just in a few places, you can see here, I've used Distress Spray Stain Salvage Patina. Now, if you don't have the sprays, you could use the Tim Holtz inks. If you do not have those, you could just tea dye this. It would have a similar effect and like use inks on here in stamps, which I will do some stamping. You could possibly use watercolors. I don't know how that would work. I don't work a lot with watercolors, as we found out in January. But anyway, so this is going to be the basis. So this is going to be an envelope pocket. So I also have some of the Tim Holtz wallpaper. This is, I believe, from his Halloween wallpaper. Yes, it is. I just love this. Oh my god, it already looks distressed and distrained. Okay, pal, where are your words today? I've got some black card. So this is going to sit on here, and then this is going to go on here. But we're going to do lots of stuff to it first. So firstly, the first thing I want to do is I want to really distress all the edges, both on the black card, because I want it to have that ripped feel, that shabby aspect. Yeah, I tell you guys, I've spent so much time in the world of shabby chic. Honestly, it reminded me of when I was doing stage design, set design in drama in further education. And before we designed a set, obviously we would find out everything before there was only me and one other person who chose to do set design. But before we would find out, oh, yes, it's ripped, about doing a set, I would do so much research. You'd have folders and folders of things that might inspire you, colours, themes. It didn't even matter if it wasn't specific for that play, if it kind of linked in and you wanted to go for that style. And I would just watch so much stuff and make this big folder that's basically like a mood board. Mood board? Is it a mood board? Like a design board. With colours and things like that. So I did that for this because when I heard Priscilla was doing a channel hop, I was like, yes, please, definitely want to join in that. And then Shabby Creep, and I was like, me and Shabby Chic are not besties. We do not get on. We are on the opposite team. Okay, so I've done the edge. Now with this edge, you can see some of the edge there, hopefully. I'm not going to do too much more to it. I just want it looking a bit grunged because it's going to be on the background. And it's going to go on there. Yes. And I will do something to that. But this, this we're going to do stuff too. So, I've already got a rip. Love it. And now what I want to do is I'm going to do some spraying. Well, I don't know if I'll spray actually or whether I'll use water. So the thing is, I want to wet this. I might just spray it. It might be easier. I want to wet the edges. Now that I've distressed the edges and opened it up a little bit, the inks will take better. And if I just spray this a little bit beforehand, the inks will really go better on here. Okay, so I am going to now get my inks. And I'm going to, I could use actually the spray, seeing as it's here, couldn't I? And I could just touch it to the edge. So this is the vintage photo. Want it looking grotty, like an old wallpaper in a house. I mean, it's the Halloween wallpaper, so as I said, it's already got that feel to it. But what I like about the oxides is because they oxidize, they change color. This looks very grungy at the moment and brown, but that will change. And I can even spray a bit more in places. Okay, so we've got that. Oh, it's all over me. Let's wipe that off. Okay, start dabbing at it because I don't want tons of it. Look. Now again, I'm sure you can do this with watered down acrylic paints, possibly. You wouldn't get the oxidized look, obviously. Let's take this ring off. Oh my gosh, my hands are going to be so filthy by the end of this. Okay, and now I am going to use some of the black soot. Now you can see this wallpaper's got roses. I deliberately picked one with roses because, you know, roses and flowers are a thing in the shabby chics. Shabby chics. In the shabby chic world. So I obviously wanted to use roses, and I do actually quite like using roses. Normally black or deep red, but still. So And again, I just want to dab that. I don't want lots of it on here. Oh, it's just getting so lovely and grungy. And I think I will just bring in just a touch of the salvage patina in places. I don't even know if you're really going to pick up on it, to be honest. But I thought I might do it because obviously we've got it on the paper itself, but I only want it in a few places. Yeah. Cool beans. Actually, I want a bit more of that on there. Dab that off, but actually I think I want it to stay on there a bit more in colour. Drip! So yeah, so we are really like, this is already distressed because it's the Halloween wallpaper, but now we are really grunging this up. What's been in this house that's made it go all funky? Ugh. Like, I love the effect, but oh my gosh, I just couldn't. Like, if I saw a wall like this, I would be running in the opposite direction. Okay, I'm going to dry that, guys, and then I'm going to come back. So there we go, guys. Try and get that up so you can look. See some of the green there. So yeah, old paper. I immediately started thinking old wallpaper in a house. I actually want a bit more ripping on here too. We are just going to really distress this. We are going to shabby this up in a creepy way. Honestly, I really am challenging myself this year in all sorts of weird ways that I didn't expect. There's no way at the start of this year that I thought one of the things that I was going to do was to work a little bit with shabby chic. There's no way. I'm actually going to rip this, guys. I want this ripped. I want it ripped. Yes. Rip, I tell you. Rip. I loved making that journal when I made it, and it is one of my favourite pieces that I've created for myself. Okay, yes, look at the rip and tears on there. You see that? And there. So yes, oh, love how it looks. But as you can see from here, there's actually holes in the paper too. So we are going to put some holes in this paper. I'm trying to think, because I want to put metal down the bottom, so I need to be super careful that I don't like push that all the way through. And we're going to rip and tear it. Let's do another one maybe about here. I mean, this wallpaper is just getting ruined, isn't it? I mean, it really is. It's like... But there we go. Right, this one can be quite a large one. I want it all teared, torn edges. Oh, that's it. And then another one here. I'm just going to literally stick my finger through. Tear those edges up. Now these need inking too. And then a smaller one here. Tear these edges. Yep. Okay, and again I am going to water these. I'm going to spray these to make them a little bit wet so that I can actually use the spray stains on them, because they're very white at the moment. and I don't like it. And again, I'm just going to dab. I mean, it looks fine in places, but come on, really distress. So it looks like something really gross has come through, has broken through, like the wall. Because it will have done. Lovely. Yeah, I would not be in this house. There is no way. I wouldn't even step into it. Okay, guys. Nope, nope, nope. Like, I like the aesthetic look of this kind of thing, but in a clean way from a craft perspective, not from a home perspective. Okay, guys, I am going to dry that now and I'll be back. Okay, so I've left them a little bit damp because I want to be able to actually, what's the word? Maneuver them a little bit. Still some splodges of white. Be gone! White paper edges, be gone! Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, but yes! Yes, yes, yes. So, this will fit on here. But behind here, we are going to use some actual vintage music. And I have some of this, which will probably stand out now too much because this is all curled at the edges. So yeah, I'm going to have to just trim that. Oh gosh, a little bit more, which is fine. As long as it's kind of behind and we can see some of it, that's what matters. So let's get rid of that. Okay. And just to make sure that it doesn't stand out too much, let's ink it up in black soot. The edge. And again, doesn't matter if it's ripped because, you know, the whole thing's getting ripped. So we're going to put that there on the edges. Now, I kind of want this stuck so I can stick this. Did I want that side? Let's use this side instead. Why make life easy for myself? Let's stick this down on here. So I am going to do that. Where is the book? I don't know. Let's use, sorry guys, I'm reaching. So I'm going to stick that down on here. So let me know down below, do you love shabby chic? Is it something you enjoy working with? I have made a journal that kind of had a shabby chic feel to me. I'm sure most people wouldn't think it was shabby chic, but it kind of had a shabby chic feel to me. I did not enjoy that. And I have done a pocket letter that was shabby chic. And that's it, guys. That's how much I've worked with. I literally know the two projects I've worked with because, no, it is not for me. Okay, so this is going to go on top. And you will see, you can see the music paper behind it, which is what I want. Now, the other thing we've got, oh, before we even put that on there, actually, I've got this gilding wax metal paste, and it is in Pentari. Does it say which one it is? I don't even know if it says which one it is. Oh, turtle green. So I'm going to just use that on the edges here. It doesn't actually show up as too much green, although saying that, now it does. But it gives like a grungy, a kind of shimmer. I don't even care that it's on the paper there. So it has this metallic kind of sheen, which again Goes with the grungy kind of, let's take some of it off with the cloth. Goes with that kind of yucky, moldy kind of feel. Also, I'm going to use bugs on here, and it reminds me of the bugs. It reminds me of their shells. That will go on here. Yes, so yummy. Okay, so coming out, we have got leaves, or we will have leaves. I need to snip some and stick them through, and we need to distress them because there's no way any leaves coming out of here are going to be beautiful and green, are they? I mean, let's be honest. Anything growing through this house is going to be gross. That's going to stick through there like so. So what I need to do now is I'm actually going to just glue that down so that that one's in place. Telling you, I'm getting so messy here, guys. Like, hands are covered in inks. I mean, it's just a thing. But there we go. Really want one of these as well going through. Want this on the larger one, I think, down here. I really want that going up and out and through. So let's just get this over, because like holding it in my hand was making it, my hands even dirtier. I feel like I've been in this grungy. Oh, great. Well, oh, okay. So it's just falling apart now. I can actually stick that onto the paper, so that's not a problem. I want that kind of under there, like so. Do. Like that. Really needs to stick. I mean, that's not sticking. Okay, where is the washi? Just going to grab some washi, because this is all going to be stuck down. So this is fine if this won't stick properly. Okay, there we go, guys. And so we need one for here now. Do I want one completely weird coming out? I feel like I want one with more movement to it, if that makes sense. You have a darker one. I don't think I want a darker one. I like these lighter colours because sorry, I'm just rounding the edge, so I went very quiet there. I feel like that needs to go under there and up there. Okay, let's get the book back. Let's get inking up these edges. To be honest, I could probably use the distress stain again, but I'm not going to. The inks, I mean, not the spray inks I'm talking about. Right, so that is going to go through there and come out the other side. So yeah, so you can see we've got all the leaves coming through now, guys. Oh my goodness. And I want to just put a little bit of glue on some of these leaves. I don't want them all stuck down. I want that kind of movement, but I want the top ones stuck. Like so. Then this one. And this leaf can get stuck. Come on, stick down. There we go. Okay, so it's stuck like so. And the other thing that I want is that I want down the side here, I've got this cut off piece from a Tim Holtz kind of specimen card. And I want that down the side. It says private collector with a number. I wanted that kind of there, so I'm going to stick that down too. Come on, glue, work for me. You know you want to really work for me. Okay, we're going to have that stuck there. Make sure, I've got to put this back on. Make sure we can see all that. Yes. So that's going to go on there. And also I kind of want, because I had it on the other one, I kind of want some stitching just down the sides, but I will do that when I glue that on. So I think that's all of that needs doing. Now I need to glue this on. So this is going to be fun, guys, because this really does need like a good amount of glue on here, and my glue doesn't want to come out. So I'm going to go fix my glue nozzle and I will be back. Okay guys, so I've started gluing a lot of this. What I would say is pay really good attention to the holes and the back of the plants that you can see from the area. And this is going to need, because it's quite thick textured paper and because of the edges, I'm really giving those edges a lot of glue. And now we're going to stick this down, making sure it's in the right place. And I'm going to make sure that stays down like so, and that comes up like so. Press it down. So like that, and then that needs to come up too. Yeah, nice and ripped. Really press down. Press those leaves down that I put some glue on from behind. So yeah, so there we go, guys. That's what it looks like now. So I am going to do some stitching. I'm going to do some stitching here and I will be back. Okay, so you can see I've just added some random zigzag stitch. I just like the effect that has. It gives it, again, that shabby kind of feel to it. So I'm just trying to sort out my sewing machine. Okay, so that is that. And that is going to go on here, but I want to distress this first. I use black soot distress oxide on the envelope too. Oh dear me. It just makes me chuckle, because now I'm thinking, do I like shabby chic? But do I like gothic Victorian shabby chic? Like, have I been a shabby chic girl all along? But it's just been hiding under a lot of black lace and grunge? I mean, again, it would be the kind of shabby chic I'm talking about, like Victorian shabby chic, not Victorian morning shabby chic. Oh dear. Like, am I a shabby chic girl? Who am I? Anyway, so that's going to go there, and then this is going to go on here. But it is going to go on as a pocket. So we are going to do that. I'm going to stick the edge down here. It's going to go on as a side pocket. Because we all know me. I mean, really, I could have done this as one of my magnetic hidden writing spaces with a pocket as well. I'm just making sure, yeah, I've got the top of the envelope there. And I want that on here. Do you know what I haven't done yet? Ah, bell, 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 bell. What have you not done? Okay. So what I actually need to do now, because I forgot, is I need to put a Tim Holtz metal word. So I have one that says curious things. How annoying am I? I forgot, and I wanted to do this before it gets stuck down. Good job I can clean off my mat. So that's going to go there. How, seriously, what am I like? Put that through there. Clean off my mat. And then where are the metal brads? I also have this cute little spider that I also wanted to add. So this needs to go in here and it will go through. It will go through. I'm going to open that up. Honestly, what am I like? And then I've got this little metal spider charm that I've also added this little brown bead to. And I need to have that hanging because, yes, I do. It needs to hang from the back. So I'm going to put the larger hoop. Look how filthy my hands are, guys. Oh, well, sorry. I'm not a clean crafter when it comes to inks, and you know, it is what it is. I need to close that down, and just to make sure that when things are going in and out that doesn't catch on anything, I am going to put washi along here just to make sure it doesn't catch on anything. And that's a lot of washi, but that's okay. Okay, so we now have curious things with a little spider hanging. Love it. Okay. Now we can get back to, oh my goodness, now we can make it into a pocket. Shall we do that now, Belle? Yes? What am I like? I tell you, it was the shock of thinking I might be a shabby chic girl, but only if it's gothic and Victorian. It was the shock of that made me then not realise what I was doing. Okay, so it's going to go on as a tuck spot. Let's just double check. Yes, I'd already made one boo-boo. Okay. So again, my prompt's old paper. So I've made an old mouldy paper envelope. Not made one, but I've made my envelope look old and mouldy and stuff. Let's turn this over. Need to press from behind. It's obviously got metal in it, so that's not that easy. Really press it here and here. Make sure that is down. Okay. Now that's going to have a little tuck spot here that we're going to put something. But I need to now work on the back. So let's do that. So I have, first of all, magnet. So I'm going to need a magnet closure. So a magnet on here. Like so. And then I have, where is my lace and flower and bits? Okay. So I've got this sparkly kind of lace rose, there we go, with some net. And I've got this piece of lace here. And I am going to attach this somehow. Like, work out which way I want it. Up like that. Like this. Do I want it like that? Yeah, I want it like that. So this is what I am going to do. And this is part of the lace, but instead of pretty creamy white laces and pinks and all those colours that are not very belle, although, you know, we all know I'm working with pink at the moment a little bit, which is a bit weird. Instead of all that, thank goodness this dries clear. There's a lot of glue coming through there. Instead of that, let's put a little bit of washi on this, just a little bit, so that it might like the flower might stick better. We're going black. Yep, we're going black. And we're going, well, black. Like so. Oh, you're so pretty there. And again, bits of that glue off. Like so. I do have some of this weird kind of twine thing, but I don't think I want that. I think we might just leave it like that. And then this needs its other side. So let's get another one. And let's see where this magnet is. I need to actually see where it's going to fall so I can glue it. Okay, so it's got to go there. Let's put the magnet there. Like so. Realistically, it'd be better inside, wouldn't it? Okay, let's do it inside, roughly. I'm just kind of going with it. But I've done it the wrong way around. I had it in exactly the right place, but do you know what I've done? I've done it so that the magnet doesn't then attach. Ugh. This is one of those videos. Aha! Gotcha. Gotcha. And again, guys, wash it. And I've chosen this one specifically because it's kind of brownish and vintage looking, so it won't matter if you see that inside. It's just going to hold that magnet in place, like so. Ah, look at it. It's so sparkly and cute. All right, now I was also going to put maybe some paper down there you can write on, but I don't think I will now. So we're going to have a tag going in here. I've got some tea-dyed index card. I'm just going to grab a pencil and kind of, that pencil needs to be, obviously I picked the pencil that needs, excuse me guys, that needs to be sharpened, because why wouldn't I? We're just roughly going to cut. I'm going to cut to there. So I'm going to cut this. Okay, so that's cut. And I do want some more vintage music paper along the side. So if I cut this and then maybe just like cut it like this. Let's really ink this up. Again, we're using paper. It said old paper. So I've made something that to me looks like old paper. And then I've used wallpaper and thinking of it as old wallpaper in a manky house. And then I've used some actual old paper in vintage music paper. So, yeah, this is gonna come out like that. Yeah, we'll have it this way. Like so. I also have this from an old book page. It's got this weird bug on it and I kind of love it. Apparently it's a beetle, a click beetle. So I wanted that on here. Because I've got one last thing to add to the front. I want that kind of coming down maybe. Down on here. Okay. Let's chop a bit more of this white off. It won't be straight, but that's fine. Do some more black inking. Get this glued on. Glue, 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 glue. Get this funky looking beetle thing on here. Okay. And I have some Tim Holtz little pieces. Oh, sorry guys, I knocked you. Have some little Tim Holtz pieces. Like the little, that could go on there quite nicely actually. And then I don't want a butterfly, I don't think. But I could have like another little piece. Do I want a butterfly? Or just the word poison? Maybe this beetle is poisonous. Yeah, I like that. I don't know if there's poisonous beetles. I'm sure there's poisonous beetles to other creatures. Like there must be beetles that if other creatures eat will make them ill. But I don't know about people. But that's okay because this is my creepy world. So that's what we're going with. Poison on here like this. Realistically, I'd like a lot more added to this, but I just don't know if we're going to have the time because this is already a very long video, guys. Okay, so that is that. I am going to round the edges because it just makes it easier taking them in and out of a pocket, and it's an aesthetic that I really like. So that's why I'm doing it. I'm going to really use black soot to go around this. And I am also going to add, let's just check to see if this goes in, shall we? Oh, good job I checked because actually it doesn't quite fit. That's not a problem. Chop off the edge, round the edges again. And then I'll ink them. Okay, so it fits now, guys. And I want to add just a little bit of like some lace again. This is like shabby chic to me. This bit of lace on the edge, you can see it's got this trim. So it's actually from a sleeve. So I'm going to chop down here. And then we're going to have this kind of coming out of the envelope and the sides. So let's move this, and we're going to have this coming out with the full fluff. And then I'm wondering if I want a little bit of sari silk as well, because it's not a bell piece without some sari silk somewhere, is it? I mean, let's be honest, I have an obsession. So I think I'm going to stitch down that and then I'll be back. Okay, guys, so I actually ended up adding this little piece of vintage doily. It kind of reminded me of the beetle there. That's what that looks like. And that is going to pop into here. It will pop into there. Everything's still getting a little bit used to itself. So that pops out there. And then obviously we have the rose on the back. Like so. Oh, I just love it. Now, the other last thing that I kind of wanted to add onto here was in my other one, I added like moths and butterflies. But in this one, again, I'm just looking through all the Tim Holtz pieces. I wanted to add a couple of bugs. Just a couple. Now I know I've got a small, yeah, little ladybird one there. Just wanted to add a couple of bugs. I've got a black one there, but it's got a lot of outline. And I don't like them with the outline. Got a larger ladybird. Do I want a bigger one? I mean, they are giant bugs to be in this house, aren't they, realistically? I mean, they're massive bugs to go in the house. I don't know. I kind of like them, though. Kind of think it makes them look even creepier. Let's go giant bug. Giant bug. Giant bugs. And this one will need a bit of inking because it's got a lot of like, probably could have been better in brown if I'm honest, because now we can't see a lot of its legs. But you know what? That's okay because it's coming out of the wall. Ooh. So yeah, oh my goodness me. I'm all fingers and thumbs, guys. Don't come to this channel if you want to watch something calming. Don't know why I whispered that, but I'm going to have that up there. Ooh, bugs. I am not the biggest fan of bugs. I'm going to be honest, guys. Like, I have a friend who this is her jam. Like, oh, she loves bugs so much. And I'm not saying they're not fascinating because they are fascinating little critters. But no, they are not me. I don't think, other than like butterflies and moths, I do love like stag beetles and things like they can look so beautiful. But other than that, this is not my jam, guys. It's not me. It's not me at all. No. And my partner, oh my goodness, he absolutely hates bugs with a passion. Now, I am wondering, we are basically finished, guys. We are basically finished. So we have this envelope, which looks like old paper. It looks manky. We've got the shabby chic aspect. So that could actually go over the page in a journal, or it could just float. And it's still, actually, this is still, other than the metal bit, this is actually very flat. And we've got our dangle, and we've got a little pocket in there. This could have been a flip magnetic one, but, you know. Could put some paper on the back so you can write on the back. But the last thing I just want to add is some of the grit paste Encrypt, because this is going to grunge it up like even more. And I love this stuff. And I've used this in the journal, the 2023 journal too. It goes on grey. But not only is one of the great things is that it often picks up some of the paste. So the fact that some of the inks, so it will have like a funky effect, but it will dry like a greeny colour. Trying to think, I know I've got something where this has dried on it. So it will dry a different colour to this grey, but it just adds another kind of yucky aspect, almost like something is growing on the wall in this horrible crypt. Not horrible, the paste itself's lovely, but I mean the effect that it will end up having is a bit. Let's just do maybe a little bit up the top there, just along here where this bit of ink is. So that will dry and go like a lovely greeny grey colour and hopefully pick up some of that ink underneath. Might even add some just kind of under here on this bit of the metal word embellishment kind of thing. Jeez, get your words out, Belle. But yeah, add some on there too. So that's why I chose the word, the one that said curious things, because, you know, this house is a little bit curious and it has these weird bugs and molds and different bitsy bobs on it. So that will dry a different colour, which I'll be able to show you once it's dry. But there we go, guys. This is what I've made. I know it's taken a while. Thank you if you've stuck with me. But we've got this old wallpaper in this creepy house, this cute dangle, which if this was put low enough in a journal, like near the bottom of a page, this would actually dangle out the bottom of the journal, which I think is quite cute. We've got some lace. This to me is shabby creep. This is very shabby creep to me. That bit's bothering me. I've got to brown that bit up because it's the other side of that label. Okay, cool. But let me know what you think down below, and thank you if you've stuck with me. Don't forget to check out tomorrow for day 5 is Laurie, the wonderful Laurie at Terrific Tomes. I will leave the link to her down below. Do go check her out tomorrow, and then she will leave the link to the next person. And check everyone else out, guys, and join in. Don't forget to use the hashtag ShabbyCreep24. But yes, so go check her out. And I will be back later in the month with another video. And until then, guys, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having lots and lots of crafty fun, even if it is shabby chic or gothic or whatever kind of crafting is your favourite. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye for now.